forgot to make tea. I've just sat down and I've realised I've forgotten to make tea. Can't do this without tea. PROZAC Diaries featuring your friendly neighbourhood manic depressant. It's bright, it's such a nice, it's been such a nice few days in Glasgow. The weather has just been great. Not sure what we've done to deserve this, but I am certainly thanking Ra, the sun god. I think that's if I remember my Egyptian mythology right. Ra, praise to Spider-Man. Anyway guys, hello, thank you for coming by again. If you stuck with the first 3 episodes, this is the 4th episode of the PROZAC Diaries, where I track my progress through the first 6 weeks and hopefully beyond of my journey on taking the first step on the ladder of battling my depression with FLUOXETINE. So right now I'm so spaced out, like I feel just a little bit drunk and I don't know, I get too distracted, the rabbits are just running about. Hey, hello baby. So yeah, I woke up feeling a bit drunk today. It's 4 p.m. Prime Minister. So it's 4 p.m. and I still feel a little bit woozy. This is week 4. About halfway through week 4 of taking FLUOXETINE, and as I said in my last video, the side effects have almost all but subsided. That's not really an accurate description because it's inconsistent. It definitely fluctuates. Some days don't feel any side effects. Some days I'm extremely sweaty. The night sweats, still got the night sweats most nights, but it's not a big deal. Sometimes occasionally waking up feeling inebriated is something, and some little bouts of extreme lowness did happen, but that's okay. And to talk about that, I would say anybody who's going through the process just now of waiting for the PROZAC or the FLUOXETINE to kick in that first few weeks, you really need to be clever and self-aware. So you really need to be self-aware in the sense that you know that you're going to be subject to mental inconsistencies. So one day from the other, it's never going to be the same. So when you think you're fine, you can wake up the next day feeling terrible. So just be aware of that, don't let it get you down too much. One other thing I would say is that you have to be clever with who you surround yourself by, but you need to do that in a way that you're not shutting yourself off from the people who care about you, the people who are close to you, the people who are considerate and caring and worry about you. But you need to, generally as a rule in life, you shouldn't surround yourself by people who don't care about you, people who are inconsiderate, and people who don't understand where you're at. The people who don't understand where you're at mentally. So I've had people throughout this small journey that I've given my time to who have deliberately or undeliberately, probably undeliberately, like I like to think the best. I like to think everybody's inherently good until like really proven otherwise, but undeliberately, let's say people who undeliberately throw it back in your face. So yeah, so people who you give that time to and then they just kind of, basically you need to surround yourself with people who aren't going to capitalise on your feelings of sadness to make them feel good, and that's all I'll say about that. That can make you hit some pretty low points. Beyond that, I missed my therapy session, so with the first, I was supposed to go with my therapy session just before the 3rd week, and I slept through it. I forgot to mention in the last video, that was like a big talking point that I should have said, but yeah, my session was at 2 p.m. and that was one of the nights that I slept like 16 hours. There's been a couple of nights where I've not been able to get out of bed at all, and I've actually not found myself waking up until like 7 p.m. the next day. So I missed that therapy session, and I need to phone up and rearrange a new one. So I need to go with my tail between my legs and say, well, the antidepressants you gave me have been kicking my arse, so it's your fault, doctor. How cute is he? Oh, it's like a wee furry baby. Hopefully I get a new session booked soon and I can report back on how I'm getting on with that shortly. Other than that, I'm just trying to focus on still maintaining some semblance of a social life. I've not been going out much, but people have been coming up here to visit, and I've been out a couple of times, like, but very rarely. I'll leave the flat maybe once, maybe two or three times a week. But I've also got visitors coming to see me, coming to hang out, and it's just with the weather like this, the way it is today. I actually went out today because the weather was so good, and I thought I can't keep looking out the window and being too scared to go out and face reality. So I went out today, lay in the park with a book that was really relaxing, got some sun, got a bit of a council tan, got a bit of a tan here. Getting a bit of colour, try to look less dead. So not much of an insightful update, guys. I hope you're all doing really well. For me in the 4th week, where the side effects tend to kind of completely go away and natural SSRIs are due to kick in, I'm still feeling a little bit sometimes, but it's not too bad at all. I'm definitely having a good experience comparatively others, so grateful for that. Hopefully next week I can give you some positive reportage. And until then, I'll be seeing you, and I hope you're all good, hope you're all great. Make sure you're eating right, make sure you're drinking lots of water, make sure you're not skipping your pills. You need to take your pills every day, but don't worry too much if you don't, because I've got a good fall-off period if you come back off and on it. It's not too big a deal, but try and give yourself the best opportunity to have these kick in as quick as possible and as effectively as possible, so that you can decide on whether or not you want to keep taking them. Bye.